Hello and welcome to another segment of DSU Inside Perspective. I'm Carlos Holmes, and this is the show where we talk with faculty, staff, students, alumni, guests about some of the things that are going on in the world or some of the great things that are going on at the Delaware State University. We're talking some more about scholarships and financial aid, and I've brought back once again Kendrick's Joiners and Rhonda Holt, who are both resource counselors for our Office of Financial Aid Services here at Delaware State University. Welcome once again.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
I wanted to kind of go on a different level with this particular segment. Students come to Delaware State University. They are laden with the challenge of how am I going to pay for this education. They see the financial aid sign on your office. They come to you for help. What are some of the biggest misconceptions students have about financial aid?
Actually, Carlos, I think one of the bigger misconceptions that students and parents, or I should say first-generational students and parents may have for financial aid is that when they do their FAFSA, their financial aid is going to cover their entire bill. And it's not. It's only going to cover a portion of their bill. So I think that for a lot of our first-generation students and their parents who've not have experience with dealing with financial aid in the past, they tend to look at it as they're going to do the application or that FAFSA, and that they don't have to worry about any other means to pay for that bill, to pay their balance.
And I would just like to add to that, it's very important to do research when you do pick a university, because along with students thinking and parents thinking that financial aid pays for the bill, some students come in and have no idea how much it even costs to attend Delaware State University, tuition, room, meal plans. So they get here and they don't even realize the cost, and then comparing that to how much financial aid they have. So to do research would be one of those things they need to do.
Do you think that the guidance counselors in the schools are helping in that area, or is there some deficiency there? Are there some disconnect there between colleges and guidance counselors where financial aid is concerned and the issues of financial aid?
I think there's definitely some disconnect with there. One, the guidance counselors to student ratio is probably large. So they're probably not able to effectively talk to every student to explain the process to them. So I'm not for sure of how they actually handle it per guidance counselor per student at the school, but I can definitely tell that there's some disconnect there, because when the students come, they're not informed properly on the process that they needed to do. They tell them about the FAFSA, but they don't necessarily help them go through all the channels that they need to get through to get all the sources of aid that they would be able to get until they're actually here.
And that even though they tell them about the FAFSA, and some of them may even help them do it, the follow-up after the FAFSA is very important too, because each student will get an email after they complete the FAFSA to let them know whether it's complete, if additional information. So the follow-up and helping the students follow through is important.
Right. And the one thing that I want to add to that is it makes it a little rough when it's an incoming student, because we don't offer scholarships for students coming in as freshmen outside of the academic scholarships that they were offered, or the merit aid they were offered through the Office of Admissions. So a lot of them are thinking that, okay, when we come in, we can get an extra scholarship for financial aid, but we don't offer scholarships for students that are coming in as freshmen outside of their regular merit aid. So that's one of the problems as well.
And the merit scholarships that Mr. Joyner is talking about are offered through admissions office, actually, based upon the student's GPA in high school and the SAT or ACT score. So that is all through admissions. And that would be something that the student would have to sign a contract agreeing to maintain the GPA, complete the amount of credit hours per academic year, and also to be consecutive, which means you can't sit out a semester. You have to do 8 consecutive semesters in order to maintain that scholarship. So that is something that students do need to be aware of as in high school, that GPA that you're keeping up with, and those SAT scores are very important into getting the scholarship for school.
But are you confronted sometimes with students that seem to have an attitude that, man, I should be entitled to some financial aid. You owe me. You know, I've done well in school. I'm a good student. I behave myself. Y'all should have some money for me.
I would definitely say the entitlement is definitely there because you're thinking it's federal aid, so it's free aid. And any student who does well, which I applaud for every student to continue to do well, to make the mark and definitely strive for the 4.0 GPA. However, the way that it works is just because your GPA is a 4.0 does not entitle you to receive a scholarship, especially here at Del State. Because our endowment is not as large as most schools, we don't have the pool of resources of funds that we could definitely help every student. So with the population of students that we have a great deal of students who are above a 3.5 GPA.
It's competitive.
It's very competitive. But we don't have the resources that we're able to provide every student with a scholarship, which is another reason that we use the Returning Student Scholarship. To gauge and to bring it down to see who else we can award through the application.
Yeah, and you have to actually still apply for a scholarship online. Even though you have a 4.0, some students do believe that we're going to go seek you out, but you still need to fill out that same application that everybody else fills out.
So you think you're going to come by the residential halls, just
Right.
knock on their door?
We know you have a 4.0. So we still need to let us know you're there. We want to, fill
There's
out
still
that
a
application.
responsibility that
Still
they
a
have.
very responsible, good responsibility.
It's interesting, especially seeing you folks work with students and that type of thing. Talk a little bit about the people that work in financial aid services. You all are the financial aid professionals, whether you're focusing on the FAFSA, whether you're focusing on scholarships, but you all are the professionals that are there to help students navigate these financial aid waters. I mean, what is your feelings about your role in the academic journey of these students?
Well, I would definitely say that for me, I get joy out of being able to help somebody. It's nothing more rewarding than you have a student and a family coming into your office and they are just set on coming to Delaware State University. No matter what other college offered them, they want to come to Delaware State University, but they're just shy of meeting the goal. So with us having the resources that we have, sometimes we're able to find extra resources to help those students. And the reward for me is seeing them walk out of the office smiling, or the parents in there crying because they're so happy. So for me, helping the students, meet that mark or get where they need to get it, give them that little push to push them over to help them do what they need to do is more than rewarding for me.
Right, and I just want to say, most of the staff and financial aid does have some type of relationship with Delaware State. We want you here, so we're going to do what we have to do, that we can do, to get you into Delaware State University, as I say, through the hornet's nest. So once we get you into the hornet's nest, then we can get that bill completed, because that's great satisfaction. I know Mr. Joyner and I, one of our biggest satisfactions also is watching that student come in as a freshman and grow, and then we also help with graduation. So. And your senior year, and they're getting ready to walk across the stage, we reminisce. I remember when your mom came in and she was in tears, and you see mom in the audience smiling and grinning. We love that. It just gives us great joy.
Or even better, when you start seeing some of their successes out there.
Oh yes,
in the
come back in.
That's
We
always
come back
great.
in and get a job at Delaware State University,
always great.
or out and about and you see them. Very, very joyful.
Okay. Well, before we close up, there's a lot we can talk about there. Is there anything that you'd like to share to make sure the students know about the financial aid process, scholarships?
The main thing that I would actually say is to make sure we keep in mind the deadlines. Again, March 15th is the deadline for everything. The earlier the better, but we do have a little bit of time. We don't have much because the months are rolling by quickly, as we all may know. Also, I would highly recommend that you complete the Returning Student Scholarship. I want to emphasize that. Please go out there and do it. Don't listen to your friends to say.
So do you have students that show up in the lines in
Yes.
September,
Oh,
and they
yes.
haven't filled out that
Yes.
application?
We sure do.
Every year.
And you just kind of
Every
got to
year.
look at them
Yes.
and
And you ask, did you complete it? And they said, no, I didn't. Some will say they didn't know. Some will say their friends said not to complete it because they didn't get anything. I encourage you not to listen to your friends. That's what I would encourage
So
you
if
to
you have a friend that tells you not to fill out the returning student application, I'm not going to say slap them, but walk away from them, okay? Just shake your head and walk away. They're leading you down the wrong road, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. thank you so much for being on the show. We got to do this every year.
Yes.
Every
let's
year,
let's do
yes.
this every year. And thank you for the wonderful information that you shared. Pay attention to it. Those that have heard it, allow it to govern your actions in terms of you striving for your scholarships, going for your financial aid. These people had some good wisdom for you today. Take advantage of it. Take care, everybody. We'll see you on the next segment of DSU Inside Perspective. Have a good day.